What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to show you how to validate a credit card number. And so in Visual Studio 2022 console app, I have a string array of card numbers here. You can find test card numbers online. I found a bunch of them, created a table, which holds a bunch of card types, and these are all test numbers, so we don't have to work with real card numbers. So all these should test as valid. The first one is American Express, that's Discover, MasterCard, and Visa. Okay, the way we're going to uh, implement this is something called the Mod 10 or the Luhn algorithm. And essentially, what that means is we just we reverse our card number, take a sum of all the digits, and as we go, we double the digits in the even number position. So the second one here, that's the fourth one, six, and so on. And then we take the sum of that, and if the modulus 10 of that sum is equal to 0, the card is valid, or else it is not valid. So let's create our method. I need a Boolean, and we'll call that card is valid, and it's just going to take our card number as a parameter. Okay, so I need a digit, or I need an integer to hold our sum, so int sum equals 0. I need a couple of strings, one for our reversed card number, so that equals to empty. And essentially, we're going to need to create a second string out of our reversed card number once we reverse it. And that's the one we're going to use to get our sum. And the reason why we need a second string is because if we get to a number where doubling it results in a result greater than 9, then we're going to need to take the digits and add those and not the actual number. So, in other words, 5 times 2 is 10. Well, we're not going to add 10 to our sum. We're going to add 1 plus 0. 6 times 2 is 12. We're not going to add 12 to our sum. We're going to add 1 plus 2. And then if you looked at, well, what about the number 9? 9 times 2 is 18. Well, that's simply 1 plus 8. So it's going to be the same either way. So the first thing I do need to do on our card number string here is I need to get rid of any hyphens or spaces that might be present. So for that, we're going to call replace, and I'm just going to pass in an empty space and replace that with null. And I'm going to chain another replace to that and pass in my hyphen, replace that with null. Okay, so now I need to reverse my string. To reverse a string, you usually loop through it and start at the end. So int equals card number dot length -1, and that all looks good. I is greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0. I minus minus, and now we can just append each element to our string. So okay, so we have our reversed card number. Now I need to fill up our digit string with the numbers in our reverse string. So I'm going to loop through our card number, our reverse card number. So for int I equals 0, I is less than reverse card number dot length, and just plus here. Throw my I up there. Okay, so if I'm in one of the even number positions, I need to take that number and double it. But we're dealing with a string, so I'm going to say if I plus 1, because that's going to give me my even numbered positions, right? If I say I plus 1 modulus 2, equals 0. Because, in our string, we are starting at 0. So the first one is going to be 0 plus 1. Well, that's not going to satisfy this condition, but the second one will. So then we're going to just go ahead and append to our digits. And we need to get the character at that position, but we need to convert it to an integer. And that because we're going to multiply it by 2. So I can say reversed card number dot substring and this I, and I'm going to take one character and multiply it by 2. So let's review this. So we have a string. We're appending our string with the reverse card number character at this position, converting it to integer, and then multiplying it by 2. So when you think about it, if you did have 6 times 2, that would be 12. So digits is going to add a 1 and a 2 to our string. So that's how that works. So, and then else, all we need to do is digits plus whatever is there. So reverse card number dot substring I and one character. So now we need to get the sum of our digits. So let's loop through that for int I equals 0, I is less than digits length. And we're going to add to our sum. Remember that sum is an integer, so we're going to need to convert to int32. And we can just take our substring here as well and one character. So we're going through our digits one at a time and just converting it to int32, and then we can add it to our sum. And finally, we just need to check if our sum modulus 10 is equal to 0. So if sum modulus 10 equals 0, return true. And just have a default false condition here. Okay, so let's loop through each of these card numbers and test this out. So for each, I should say, card number, and if card is valid, and we can just print our message to the console, string interpolation, and let me just copy that line, else card is not valid. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and put in a console.read line here so we can debug this real quick, because I want to show you the sums for each of the card numbers. So each of these sums should be a number that's divisible by 10. So let's go ahead and start debugging. And so our first of all, take a look at our card number. So we have our American Express card. Now it's already removed our special characters. So that's our card number, and we got a sum on that, which is equal to 60. We'll go to the next one, and the sum for that is 50. The next one, 60. And the last one, our sum is 30. So our expectation here is that they're all valid. So, and you see that they are all valid. And I'm just going to get out of that. Now let's test one I'm 99.99999% certain that if I alter that, we're not dealing with anybody's actual credit card number. So I'm just going to change this Visa, the last digit, from a 1 to a 2, and go ahead and hit start debugging again. And now let me see. So that's fine. Let me get to my last one, 31, and take a look at this card number, which is our last card number. And you see that the sum modulus 10 was equal to 1 there, because 31 modulus 10 is going to give us a result of 1. So let me just continue. And you'll see that our last card number is now invalid. So go ahead and change that back. So if you like this video, please go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will see you next time.